today. Harlow down. That's better. So I'm still recovering from my asthma attack and allergic reaction from yesterday, feeling a lot more run down than usual, and Harlow sure knows it. She tends to become stuck to me like glue when I'm not feeling quite myself. And I appreciate all the love, but it gets kind of cumbersome sometimes. Anyways, today is a good day for me because it is a complete rest day. I'm not leaving the house at all, and I have all day to allow my body to relax and recuperate, which is exactly what I need because I have a busy week coming up. Judd's upstairs getting ready. He's going to go meet up with some friends to study for his state exam that he's taking tomorrow to become a sworn law enforcement officer in Florida. I am so proud of him and fingers crossed that he does well. I also have good news for y'all. Between some birthday money I got and money I've saved, I can now afford my new camera. That is awesome. That means I won't have to keep using this old camera with the scratched lenses. There's a link to the new one I'm getting in the description of this video, and when y'all see the price, you'll know why I've had to save for so long. But anyways, now that I'm gonna have a camera with awesome picture quality, there's some videos that I've been wanting to make and videos that y'all have been wanting. The first three I'm gonna do are, a video detailing all my chronic illnesses, a video detailing my port infusions and IV medications, and a video detailing Harlow and how she helps me. So if y'all have any other requests for videos you would like me to do, let me know. Maybe you want to know what's in my hospital go bag or how I care for Harlow in the hospital. Just let me know in the comments and I will keep that in mind. Just also know my camera's on back order, so it might take a while for it to come in. And I have to be careful and make sure I don't, overdo myself trying to make all these new videos. So gonna listen to my body and just do what I can. And now I'm gonna go let Miss Harlow have some breakfast. Mwah! Speak! Louder, speak! Harlow, woof! Good girl. Well, the world's quietest dog is getting better and better with the bark on command. So in addition to my rest day, it's also infusion day and needle change day for my port. A port is a small device implanted under the skin with a catheter running to your heart. It allows for repeated sticks and IV access. This is where I give my emergency IV medication and I hook up to my infusions. Once a week you have to change the needle and the dressing. No, when the needle's in there I don't feel it. No, it doesn't hurt when I put it in. Yes, I do all of my needle changes, accessing, deaccessing, IV medications, and infusions myself. So on needle change day and infusion day, there is so much trash. I'm going to show y'all all the supplies I have to use just to do this one thing. That's the mirror I use to access and deaccess myself, and then I've got the abundance of supplies here, and then when everything is hooked up for the infusion, I just put the pump and infusion bag inside my little backpack, which is just a Vera Bradley I got on sale, and I'm good to go on the go. I can infuse anywhere I want, even out of the house. What did I say about Velcro dog? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and change the needle and hook up to my infusion. Ta-da! I am infusing on the go and my port has a new needle and dressing. Perfect. So in the future, when I have my new camera and I've made the video about my infusions, I can refer y'all there and you can get all the info I have to offer on it. But I don't currently have that video, so I'm going to give some details right now, and in the future, even after I've made that video, I'll probably still give a little brief description of what's going on, just so people who are new or may have forgotten aren't totally lost on what's going on in my medical life. So anyways, I get these infusions of saline and lactated ringers 3 times a week for my postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, my POTS. It's a form of autonomic nervous system, ANS, dysfunction. Your ANS is responsible for things you don't consciously think about, like breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, and blood flow. So imagine those things don't work properly. It's not easy. People with POTS are constantly battling things like dizziness, weakness, chest pain, shortness of breath, fainting, and chronic fatigue, and much more. But I found that these infusions have helped me the most out of any treatment. Even though it doesn't fix everything, I still struggle greatly with my POTS, but I'm grateful to have this treatment available to me, and it helps because it increases blood volume, as people with POTS often have low blood volume issues. It helps with increasing hydration, as even though I drink 2.5 liters of water a day at least, it's just not enough for me and my body doesn't absorb it well. And the same goes for salt. This helps increase sodium levels, which people with POTS often need, but even though I have a high salt diet, it's just, I don't absorb it well and it's not enough for my body. What are you doing? So anyways, now that you know about my infusions, I want to show you all the massive amounts of trash that comes from infusion day and dressing change day. So my first semester of college, I read a book called Garbology, and in it there was the story of a family of 5 that got all of their trash for 1 whole year to fit in a mason jar. I thought that was crazy, and now looking back at it, I'm thinking, That family must not have been chronically ill because look at this craziness. And yeah, that's a dog toy. Don't worry, it didn't get on the sterile field. And it's like not even infusion supplies, but all the trash I go through with like my other medications. I mean, pill bottles alone. Gosh, I need to find a way to contribute to make this planet green. Oh, so much trash. Oh my gosh. Well, I just spent a good amount of time relaxing on the couch, kind of dozed a little bit in and out of sleep, answered a bunch of direct messages on Instagram, and now I'm gonna... I forgot I'm connected to my leash. I have a bad habit of doing that. So now anyways, I'm going to the kitchen and I'm gonna get myself a cookie from the Amish market that Judd and I went to yesterday. And oh my gosh, there's only 3 left. He's been eating them non-stop. These things, I knew they weren't gonna last very long in our house. They are super tasty. Alrighty, well I am preparing dinner with, in my opinion, the Spoonie's best friend, the slow cooker. And what I've done is I've just coated some chicken in a little bit of olive oil, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, seasonal, salt and pepper, and I'm gonna put it on high for 3 hours and it'll be ready for dinner. I have not cooked this recipe before, so hopefully it tastes good. So I got dinner started, went upstairs to do my 3rd breathing treatment of the day for my asthma and allergies, and I came down here and noticed Harlow's toys are all over the place. Yes, I'm talking about you, so you're gonna pick them up now, Missy. Good girl. Clean up. Good girl. That's not your basket. That is the blanket basket, miss. Get that out of there. Good, clean up. No! Good, clean up in your basket. Good girl. Now that her toys are out of the way, we're going to do some other types of training. Harlow, spin. Good girl. Here, sit. Sit pretty. Stay. Good girl. Harlow, back. Back. Namaste. Good girl. Okay, those are just some fun tricks. Okay, so those are some fun tricks and commands. Commands and tricks are things that Harlow does that are cute but don't help my disabilities. Task work are things she's been specifically trained to do to mitigate my disability, such as this next one. So when I go into an allergic reaction, one of my first signs is I'll develop a rash and I'll scratch at it, but sometimes I don't notice because I get brain fog with my reactions. So I'm training Harlow to make me aware of my scratching, and that is a response task. So this is what we do. Harlow, touch. Yes, touch, touch. Good girl. And she breaks my hands apart. She's obnoxious and makes me aware of it. All right, back. Yes, 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 Harlow. You can see she's thinking about it like, do I go? And sometimes she does it on her own. Sometimes I have to initiate her. And right now I'm being very obvious with the scratching. When I do it, it's not always like that, but this is how we start, and then I'll become more and more subtle. And actually yesterday was the first time she practically applied this. When I did have a reaction, she let me know I was scratching, and she even alerted prior to the reaction, which was crazy. You can watch that vlog. There's a link to it in the description of this video. So you were doing so good. Yes, yes, good girl. Yes, Harlow, yes, good girl. So I'll slowly begin to phase the treats out as she becomes more skilled at this. She's not ready yet, but eventually she'll only rely on my praise to get her through it, because she's very praise driven. That's her biggest drive factor. Then food, then play, but she's an attention hog. Good girl. Well, I finished my training with Harlow, and then I took a quick 30-minute nap because, hey, it's a rest day. And when I woke up, the house smelled so good. So I came over here to the crock pot to check out the chicken, and it's looking pretty delicious. A little bit speckled, but that's all the seasoning I put on it. I'm also going to, I'm also going to couple this meal with some couscous and broccoli. There's a recipe to the couscous. There's a link to it in the description of this video. And the chicken, there's no recipe. I just told y'all what I put on it. And yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to taste really good. Well, here I am still with my Velcro dog of the day. And I can feel myself really regaining energy as I rested, and I've had a few people come to me and say that they feel guilty when they have to take a rest day because they don't feel productive, but in all honesty, it's not that we're not being productive on rest days. We're doing exactly what we need to do. We're letting our bodies rest, and that in itself is productive because without our rest days, we won't be able to accomplish the things we need to do later on. I mean, if I didn't rest today, there's no way I could do occupational therapy and go get my blood drawn tomorrow. So rest days are important. You may not realize it because literally we're lounging around the house all day and some people may call us lazy, but don't listen to those people. This is what we have to do for our bodies as we fight chronic illnesses, because our bodies are constantly expending energy just to keep ourselves functioning. And this is part of what we have to do to take care of ourselves. So if you had a rest day today or you need one, you enjoy it and you take it, because this is part of living life with a chronic illness. You have to take care of yourself too, and that includes rest days. They're very important for us chronic illness warriors. So don't be ashamed. They are productive in their own way.
That was not as cool.
All right, well, Judd is back finally after studying literally all day. How was it?
So much. My brain hurts, but I don't think there's such thing as oversaturation. So I'm going to take a break, play some video games with my friend, and hit it again.
Yep. He gets to play with his friend who's in Orlando because they have online. Fancy. So, you're going to do great on your exam tomorrow. I'm proud of you. I made you a hopefully delicious dinner. I've never made this before.
Like my whole career is depending on this test.
You got this. Everyone's wishing you luck, and I know he's going to do great. Thank you for joining me today. Remember, y'all, rest days are important and productive in their own ways, and I will let y'all know how dinner goes tomorrow or on Instagram or something. I think it's going to be fine because it smells really good. And that's it. Oh, one more shot of Velcro Dog. Happy Harlow. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining us on our adventure today.